The lesson.
Oh yeah.
After those videos, that's when you've launched Body Bag Media.
Yeah, well, so 2017, I think there was one more song. It was in February 2000. I remember this. February 2017. Me and Currents drove down to Nebs' studio and come along with me, and we ended up filming Can't Front in Nebs' studio, and that turned out dope. And that was still as just Brendan. I just wrote visuals by Brendan Bagnall, and then because I remember that night because we're out Campbelltown for like till 5 o'clock in 3 o'clock in the morning. Then I had to drive all the way back up to the Central Coast, and then I had the Guns N' Roses concert the next day. So like by the time I got home, I had like an hour and a half sleep, and then I was getting ready to go back to Sydney for the Gunners concert. But yeah, bro, that was the last clip I did as Brendan Bagnall before I started doing Body Bag Media. Because I launched Body Bag Media in March, on March 4th.
Now, when you've launched Body Bag Media, so this is March 2017, what was the first clip that you put out? What made you launch Body Bag Media, and why did you call it that name?
Right, so so the first this is how I come up with the name originally. So I was sitting in I was already building the studio at the time, and this is I started building the studio in 2016, beginning halfway through, and I was having mates help me set it all up, blah 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 blah. But at the time, I was pushing buds and whatnot, and just to help pay for it and shit. And then I'm sitting then jumped to March, I think it was March 3rd or March 2nd. I started coming up with different ideas. I had ones called Creep Face Media or some shit. And then all of a sudden, because my last name's Bagnall, and everyone used to call me Bagzy before Body Bag anyways. And so somehow I just come up with Body Bag Media. And then in my head, I was like, it sounds whack when you say it out loud, but when you think about it in your head, at the time, I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna because me and Currents, bro, we used to get dissed hard throughout high school when we were doing all this the rap shit and whatnot, because everyone was all on the 360 wave and stuff like that, and because we looked up the curse and whatnot, but yeah, I remember sitting there, bro, and I come up with it, and I'm like, you know what, I want to show these fuckers, I can actually kill this shit, body it in a sense. And plus I wanted to put my name in it as well. And technically that's hence with the bag. So that's why it's got my name in it and whatnot. But the reason for the balaclava, that came from when I filmed the first ever live one take with, I think the first one was either K-Dubs or Slim Benjo. It was a little 13-year-old or something like that. Little young Adelaide. But when we were filming, this is out in Newtown, and there was the concreted balaclava on the wall. Someone concreted it and put it up there. And then I ended up taking a photo of it, and then I put my logo beside it on my phone and whatnot. And because that was just before I had the balaclava involved, and I ended up doing that. And then because I've got anxiety, all that sort of stuff, etc., etc., I thought, how about adding? I wanted to add the balaclava to the name for it and stuff, because it's me trying to hide behind all that so that I can go out and do this stuff as not as me, but as Body Bag Media. And I don't know, it was weird. It was just a thing I come up with in my head, bro. And it was just, you know, I can hide behind with that and then forget about everything that's going on in my own head. And then like, yeah, bro, it was just like a bit of my self-expression kind of thing, you know? And it worked out, surprisingly, it worked out like dope because I was not expecting it the way it did. But like, that's how like the name and the logo come to. And, but yeah, bro, I was just sitting in the garage stoned and I was just like, yeah, Body Bag Media, that sounds mad. And then, like I said, all the other stuff I just said, bro, like, it's got meaning to me behind it, you know. Hence why I've like got it tatted on my face and like I got the big logo on my leg as well. But yeah, that's how it all started at the beginning.
And then, so when you've dropped that very first clip, did you have any expectations?
Originally, so I did a couple more clips for this rapper K-Dubs. He's from out Hawkesbury area, like Windsor and stuff. And he had bars and he said, oh yeah, I've got this young fella. He spits pretty mad. He's only like, I think he was like between the age of 12 to 15 or something. And we ended up filming him as the first live one take because we were doing a video clip at the time that day. And then I was like, oi, I'm starting this new series that I got an ideas for, and it's going to be a live one take series. And I said to him, I was like, do you boys want to do a live one take each? And they're like, yeah, sweet, fucking oath. So we filmed those the same day. We filmed one of their clips at this abandoned train station in Newtown. And then once we finished filming that, did the one takes, and then we ended up uploading the one takes, and the one that popped off hard was the young fella's one. Everyone was like, who's this? What the fuck? He's like, everyone was like giving him mad props and stuff and respect and shit. And then from then on, bro, I just started pumping out live one takes because like that was my thing originally, bro. Like I love doing it because it shows the artist not recording in a studio, you know? Like it shows them actually like in front of a camera. It shows how they are, how they do it. Like it shows who they are as a rapper and like, you know? And bro, I don't know, I see music as like art, bro. And at the end of the day, bro, like it's good to see artists actually express themselves over like in a live kind of situation instead of, you know, just going into a studio recording, mixing and the mastering and all that sort of stuff. Like all that, don't get me wrong, like that's always like you always get hectic songs and stuff, but like I just love seeing like those live one takes, bro, because it just shows the artists who they are kind of thing and that kind of stuff, you know.
The lesson. 927. Oh yeah.